When it happens in real life, you're like, why did you do it? Like, are you serious?
You get concerned, you get worried.
Yeah, because a tattoo is something that's going to be permanent.
So you guys do listen to good music too. You listen to. I do know for a fact that especially Thaikkudam, it's like a Puram, you know. Trishur Puram happens once in a while, but then every time you have a show, it's a festival. People are dancing, people are singing, people are going crazy. The vibe is mad. I remember when I was here at South Story, right? Southside Story.
Southside Story.
Yeah. I could see the energy, and I could see like a sudden influx of people coming in for Thaikkudam, because by the time it was Thaikudam's time, everything was full. Like there's like full dhaka-dhuki, like rush and all happening, and I'm like, okay, I need to find a place. And so you are aware that people like, you know, really go gaga. What keeps you grounded? Because I'm sure it will be very easy to sort of like, you know,
go with the flow.
Yeah.
And all of that. I think the entire go with the flow and things happen at a very early age. So this is not my first band.
Yeah.
This is my fourth band, I think. But this is the longest one that has been active. And in the entire journey, I've realized that you need to be serious about music and you need to get back to it each time and be focused about it. And that's the best way possible. So all these things will come and go. Like, so many people come and say, oh, I'm a big fan. Okay, but not everybody is going to stick around and say that for years. Okay, these days people move on.
Yeah, they do.
New artists, even I do. Like if I'm listening to a certain artist and if I come across another artist, I'm suddenly all in love with that new artist and I'm like, oh, she's like, I'm a fan. Okay, so but there are genuine ones who stick and stay, and they regularly remind you that, you know, that this is what your music makes me feel. And when you build that kind of a connection and all, you know what to recognize and what to avoid at the same time when it comes from. Like recently when we went to Phoenix, we went to the rooms. One of the fans had already kept a gift hamper with like a wine bottle, other things and all, and a note written to every member with the name mentioned, personal note. Like not like a common note like Thaikkudam Bridge, we are happy. No, handwritten, proper one. And that was like so personal to read, and it was written like only about me, like, you know, for what reason does he or she feels connected. And then there are people who had changed their bonnets to Thaikkudam Bridge logo.
Oh wow!
Then the Activas also artwork. Then tattoos. So many of them have tattoos of the entire Be the Bridge logo, everything and all. It's when I used to read or when I used to see documentaries and I was like, wow. But when it happens in real life, you're like, why did you do it? Like, are you serious?
You get concerned, you get worried.
Yeah, because a tattoo is something that's going to be permanent.
Does it add on to your pressure though, for you all?
No, I don't think now anymore, because I call it Be the Bridge family, and it's a beautiful family that we have all across the globe. And over the years, it's a beautiful relationship that's been built. And so we know that we have to deliver more and more. And that's the connecting part. The music is the connecting part. So it's not like pressure. It's good for us also, no? That we know that we have to come up with something new each time. And also, I think it's first for us and then for the fans is what I feel. Like if an artist, if he cannot connect to the music, then the crowd element and the people audience is completely secondary, actually.
True.
We started with Music Mojo and we had all melodies, ambient, sweet songs, except for Fish Rock. Fish Rock, I think, was the only one which was like nice, wild and heavy and had that upbeat to it. Rest all of them were covers. That was the only original in that entire list of songs. So back then, with all the craze and the love, there was a little bit of hate also. From a certain genre of people saying that, you know, oh, you are surviving on covers.
Okay.
So what you like to label it, they were like, you're stealing also, and what new have you done, and all of that was happening.
Okay.
And they started labeling us as Ganamela, and these are all keyboard warriors,
right,
who don't come in real and
right, of course,
tell you things.
Yeah.
So everywhere they were targeting, and they were like, oh, another Ganamela show, this, that. We were in our head like, okay, Ganamela, if this is Ganamela, it's paying us really well, so glad about it. But then Navrasam first album was an answer to all of that. So it was a very heavy album with Jai Hanuman, Navrasam, and Navrasam itself, the video itself spoke so much.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that changed everything. But after that album, the people who loved the melodies were like, oh, what has happened to Thaikkudam Bridge?
Yeah.
And we love those melodies. This is not what we are come for. And it took a while to have a balance of all the genres like placed at a better place for all the audience and all the people, all the fans and all. And I think now over the years they understand that Thaikkudam Bridge is not just going to play what makes me feel good. They have that they can cater to every audience out there, and that has helped us a lot. Because we have the youngsters, we have the old people sitting for the show, because our songs are also in real life nostalgia for them.
Absolutely.
What they grew up listening.
I remember I was playing this song and Thaikudam was on loop. I was playing it on YouTube, it was on loop. And I remember Nostalgia was playing and Amma heard it and Amma was like, 1 second, okay. So you guys do listen to good music too. You listen to what we listen to. And it's like, so I think Thaikudam is, I think, and I speak for all the Malayalis out there, because every time, and especially people like us who are really living in the other cities and not Kerala really, right? And we go home once in a while and then we kind of feel really happy looking at the greenery and everything else, because that gives you so much warmth and joy. And I think that's exactly what Thaikudam does as well. Thaikudam is more like a homeland, if I could say it that way, So I know you as this person who so Govind brings in a soul, people say. You bring in the passion, right? And there is Ajit and there's other people who bring in the energy, right? The dance and everything that goes into it. And I think the whole vibe that you guys create, and that is what people thrive on. That's why people are dancing and singing, etc. I want to understand were you always this person, and have you, after Fish Rock, what was your reaction like? Because people heard Fish Rock for 2 reasons. 1, the rhythm, and 2, for your rap. Right? People went crazy over it. How was that time for you? Were you very overwhelmed to see that reaction, or were you aware of your, this space that you carry?
I think I remember with the reaction, it was not for Fish Rock, but it was for Nostalgia, wherein everyone for every show at the beginning, first year itself, started singing along.
Oh.
And like 12,000, 15,000 people singing along. That's a very less number. Some of the shows in Kerala had 29,000 people. Oh. So when that kind of number, everyone is singing, what we were doing is on stage, I remember I had stopped playing, I had taken out my phone and I was taking a video. Because I am experiencing something like this in my life for the first time. They are taking a video, we are also taking a video. Wherein the band had to call a band meeting and decide, guys, we are a professional band. We cannot do this on stage right now. We cannot shoot people. It does not look good. The manager was like, you need to be professional. I was like, we understand all that. But
emotions.
This was just beautiful. Yeah.
That's lovely. How was while you say this, I kind of realize the range of emotions that you would have felt. How was your first band performance like? What were you expecting? How did it go? What was it like?
After Music Mojo, we were called that we have a show. We went, we practiced for I think 2 days.
Okay.
And we did not know what to exactly. We were creating a playlist for that show. And we performed. It was a grand entry and all of that and all. But honestly, as a musician, we did not play well.
Okay.
Because that connection is not there yet, right? You've not spent time, so you don't know as a band how you're going to sound, what kind of sound you want, all of those things. But the show was crazy. Okay, for college students it was crazy. Over the years, now when we look back and we're like, okay, that was bad. It was okay, but as a musician it was not that good. Then we got to know better as we kept playing what should be. We have performed so many songs, maybe like 30-40 songs which we don't even perform anymore.
Okay.
Like tried it, experiment, and like, no, not working, it's okay, let it go, let's have another track. From the album itself, so many tracks we don't get time to play. How do we fit in everything?
I swear, I remember like just that concert, people went crazy, please play Fish Rock, please play this, please play that, but there's only so much time.
Some of the shows now when they ask nostalgia, I'm like, we are done. I was like, we don't want to play because we want you to experience new songs, what we created for you. Like, get out of nostalgia. Like, so in terms of me being on stage, I like to be just upfront with whatever I want to express. So like, no, like being all sweet and
I have seen you have the power on stage. You make sure and you show that love, you give it back to them as well, and it's pretty much evident to them. Like when you do this, everybody's doing this, and that's just so amazing to see that kind of love around. I'm gonna address the elephant in the room now. Okay. What is the one conversation that Thaikkudam had that perhaps you guys can never forget?
See, I don't know if I can answer for the entire band, but in terms of conversation, there have been, I can't tell you the exact conversation maybe, but there have been certain episodes and phases throughout the 10 years that have been like a band meeting and like needs a serious conversation on certain steps or decisions that we need to take, and I think those have been the important ones. That is there, but as a band, I think there have been many episodes of wherein sometimes when people come and come to meet us personally at the hotel and tell us that, you know, your songs have brought a change in my life, wherein I was thinking of ending my life, but then your songs gave me hope and gave me a reason to survive and get back to face life once again. And when you hear things like that as a band, we realize it's not just music that's happening. There are a lot of things that are happening through music out there, and that is what is very important. At the same time, you need to be very careful about what you put out there in the universe. So there are many stories like this which we get to hear, I think, just 50%, because there'll be many of them experiencing so many things, but they don't have that kind of energy or willingness to come and express it. They might just be like, okay, I'm living it, let me just keep it to myself, but there'll be so many like
you've got to be really brave to be vulnerable, especially you know, you're constantly putting up a front in front of people.
So there are many things like that, and it's like, then I think happiest moments are when people come before the show and they tell, my baby used to respond only to Thaikkudam Bridge songs.
Wow,
and we want the first concert of his or her to be of Thaikkudam Bridge. So can we get permission? Because some venues and all, they don't have permission, or would the decibels be right for the kid?
Right.
And we go ahead and we are like, in the worst case scenario, if you cannot be in the crowd, we would like you to be in the wing with the kid and at least experience and like all those things. So these are like some few moments that I'm trying to recollect, but there are many.
My. That's okay. I think I'll take a minute to process it.
And also at times when the band meets a fan up front and they don't know what to do. And it's so evident, like they are in awe or surprised or shocked, or like they're like. And I understand, because that happens to me also if I meet an artist that I love, and I'm also like, okay, what is that? So totally understand. Sometimes you just have to touch them and like, it's okay.
It's fine. Let's just get there. That's so sweet. Do it together apart from singing though.
Everyone has a own. I mean, as a band, you mean?
Yeah.
As a band, no, we don't do anything.
Okay, what did you guys do at some point?
Oh, initial days it was full new rock and roll life. So
Yeah.
a lot of parties happening. We had a place in Kerala at Tamanam, and that entire bungalow we call it Thaikudil.
Oh,
So
how nice! That's
everyone used to stay together.
where is Thaikudil though in Kerala?
Thaikudil was the name of the bungalow. We named it. It was at Tamanam. Tamanam is in Palarivattam.
Okay.
So there were around 18 shows happening a month back then.
Okay.
So the manager was like, every time you guys flying to Bombay and coming back, money wise, energy wise, everything. So how about we hire a bungalow over here? Everyone stays over here.
Yeah.
You have a place to stay. You can chill. So we used to party every night over there. Crazy stuff used to happen. I remember even Dubai, when we had our first concert, we had a limo rolling, everyone in the limo going for the interview. Like, it was larger than life, everything was. Now, over the years, I think nobody has so much of time for it. They have children, they have wives, everyone is married. And so it's a different zone. Once in a while it happens. In international trips it happens because you don't have to go back home. You are living together and it's possible. But yeah, that's what we do. Nothing more than that. Talk, sit and talk.
No, but that's very sweet. Yeah, you've been super kind to give this interview of sorts, and I really loved and enjoyed having this conversation with you. I think that's also what Kayal is. It's just sit back, relax, have a conversation, because we're just constantly running around, and I think you were super kind to take the pain and come here, and thank you so much for that.
I feel the same.
You do? I'm glad then.
It was fun.
Alright then. This is it.
This reminds me of Kunal Kamra. Episode.